Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be taking a look at a 1-hour trading strategy. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for Tradingview. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be taking a look at a 1-hour trading strategy. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 41 different strategies, with 12 of them being winners. This one is the 42nd strategy that we'll be testing. We have also tested a total of 486 indicators, with 199 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test all these indicators and the strategies on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any other market universally. In some cases, they work better in other markets. And so, all right, so back to today's strategy. As I said, it's a 1-hour trading strategy, so it was tested on the 1-hour time frame. It was tested on the Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc. And it consists of 3 different indicators. And so we'll go through this kind of fast. I'm going to put a link to each of the indicators down below in the description. The first indicator is going to be, go ahead and just turn these off like this. So the first indicator is going to be the P signal, CFB, and slope trend follow. And you can see it here on screen. It's basically this big, thick green and red line. The modifications that we did to this, here are the inputs. I can't remember if we changed any inputs on this as far as the actual inputs go, but I'll kind of scroll slowly here so that way you can see all the inputs. The style, we made quite a change to the style. So basically we turned everything off on this indicator except for this right here, these 2 filters right there, and then these 6, 7 settings right here. Like I said, other than that, we turned everything off on this indicator visually, and it leaves us with this right here. The next indicator that we have is the HMA trend MTF indicator, and so it's basically a whole moving average, and the settings input on this is right here as follows. Can't remember off the top of my head if we changed any of the inputs on this one either, but here are all the inputs that you can double check that. Then on this particular one, we turned off all the visual components to this except for the plots background right here. So only thing that we left on, and that creates the indicator that you see here, this kind of cloud. And lastly, we have the QG3 histogram. We left all the visual settings on, and this is the inputs. Once again, I'm not sure if we changed any of these. Sorry, it's been a while since I set this all up, and so don't remember off the top of my head. All right, so let's get to the actual strategy itself. Well, what we are looking for is when we get a shift of the P signal line, and so this large line right here, when it shifts from green to red, that's the first signal that we're looking for. Then we want to confirm that the Hall moving average is also red, so it has the red cloud background, and then the QG3 should also be red. And then what we are looking for is, in the case of a short, we are looking for a green bullish candle to form, and once that forms completely, we would then enter. And so let me give you an example of this right here. So I'll zoom in nice and close on all this right here. Try to go quick on this, that way we don't burn up too much time. Oops, went a little faster. Let's try that again. Didn't mean to click the play, meant to go bar by bar. All right, so right here we get the shift of the P signal line. So if I get rid of the cloud, you can see that the P signal line on this candle shifts to red. Following down here, you can see that the QG3 is also in red. And then if I turn the Hall moving average cloud back on, you can see it is also in red. Now, as we get this, we are looking for a short. As we get all these lined up in one, you can see that we get a green bullish candle right here. And that's basically going to be like a pullback candle. And then the close of that candle is going to be the entry point. And so if we're looking for a short, then we would put the entry point right at the close, right about there. We're going to put our stop right up just slightly above the P signal line there. And then we are going to go for a 2-to-1 risk reward. So get this all the way down here to about a 2 area right there. And that's going to be the setup on this. We would then play it out to see where this goes, and comes down, gets really close to hitting our take profit, but not quite there yet. And then boom, right there, hits our take profit, 63 pips, we would be out. And we would move on looking for the next one. Now, in the original video, claims this is a 99% win rate, or it's 99% accurate, something along those lines. And I did notice that once you got a short signal, you would not enter again until they got a long signal. And so they would not use this as a continuation. So once we exited out of a short position, we would just let it play along here until we got to a long signal. And right here, if we back this up just a tad bit right here, there to there, play this forward right there, we actually get all the setups for a long as well. And so you can see that the PP, or the P signal line, is turned green. The Hall moving average is also green, and the QG3 is also in the green position, and we get a small red candle right there, a small bullish candle, and we would go into a long position at the close of that candle. We would set our stop just on the other side of the hole, or the P signal line right there, and then we would go for again a 2-to-1 risk reward. Get it up there to about there. It's going to be and then in that case we would have gotten stopped out on that one. So that's the strategy. That's what we're looking at. Again, it said 99% accurate or something along those lines. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and fast forward through the 50 trade test that we did, so that way you can see all that. And once we are done with that, we will pick it up at the end and take a look at what this was able to achieve. All right, so that puts us at the end of the testing right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, trading philosophy in general. Our admin Jay and some of the regular members post regular market analysis, where they put up screenshots of charts where they've marked out areas of support and resistance, indicators that they're using, exactly where they're entering trades, exiting trades, taking profits, a whole deal. They're growing small accounts really quickly with the information that they're putting out for all the patrons to see. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested, and that has been recently transferred over into an Excel sheet as well. So you'll get the Excel sheet and the PDF of all the indicators, showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, and their win rates. You'll also get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested. And that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones are losers, their win rates, as well as links to go back and review each individual video. And another new thing that we've been doing here recently is one of our members has put together an amazing team of traders, coders, and developers, and together they have created a full suite of optimized profitable indicators that they're giving away to all the patrons for free, and they're actually working on turning those into trading bots as well. Once they have that accomplished, they'll be offering those to the patrons as well. So a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. Highly recommend it. All right, let's take a look at what this was able to achieve. All right, so we did a 50 trade test like normal. Out of those 50 trades, we had 19 winners. We had 31 losers. That was a gain of 1,036 pips, but we lost 904 pips. And so obviously didn't do too great there. Just a gain of a little bit over 100 pips altogether out of all the 50 trades that you would have taken with this. That really, mentally is really going to wear down on you. It's pretty much, by the time you calculate in slippage and calculate in spreads and any other fees, you're pretty much going to be about break even. And so one thing that I did notice about this strategy that I think really did it injustice was the fact that, one, there was a set target that you were going for, instead of allowing trades to kind of run on their own and then exit at a logical point once they're kind of done running. There was just a set target of that 2 to 1, and once you hit it, you exited the trades. And there were many times that trades continued on for a significant amount of time. Even the one example of the short, where did it go? Did we not mark it out? I don't know if we did. Anyways, the example of the short that I gave when we were looking at the examples of what the strategy was able to achieve, that is an example of an instance where, was it right here? I think that was an example of where, when we entered a trade and it then came down, hit the take profit, I think we were right about right there. We were looking at a 2 to 1 take profit, so we were there and about there, and 2 to 1. Try not to eat up too much time here, but that was the target that we hit right there, and you can see that it went significantly lower. Even if we would have exited right here as we started to pick up a second, the trade in the opposite direction, we would have almost doubled the win on this one. And so that happened often. And also another issue that it had, or even if you did close out this trade right here at a solid 2 to 1, then we should at least use this one as a continuation. So if the line was red, then we'd be looking at a shift of the Hall moving average back to red and the QG3 lining up, and then another trade in that direction to the downside, instead of just waiting for it to flip to the trade in the opposite direction. I thought was really strange, which is why I went back and double checked the video just to see if they were doing it that way, which is what they did. So all right, that's going to be it for this one. I'm going to put this one on the no list because it just really was not able to gain any kind of significant amount of pips or profit in the test. And so from here, we will move on to the next indicator from here.